Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Days, the Minecraft series where we do technology, and we're finally making a fusion reactor. I mean, we need more energy because our tiny reactor isn't covering it. I also have an RBMK plant which doesn't cover it, so we're solving our problem by making something even better. So because we're getting into like the very time-consuming and boring parts of the game, where we are making things like 100 of something, and it's just like the same thing, we're just waiting there for it to be made. I'm just gonna go ahead and, you know, make things in advance, because I don't think you all want to watch 135 magnets being produced. That is boring. Plus, I made some miscalculations. It's going to require us to make some new things. I do have the fusion reactor core block mostly complete. You can see it over here. We're missing only one piece. What is that one piece? What's it called? I don't remember. It's basically an expensive chipset. Okay, so I got all 16 motors done. We're going to need to now get titanium and steel ingots. I already have the steel and titanium. We've been making some of that, so don't worry. I got more titanium. I need a lot of this stuff for later. Now you're probably wondering, where did our other lithium... I don't even know. For some reason, like, an entire hazmat suit vaporized itself. A lithium battery's gone. I don't know what happened to them. They're just not here anymore, so... Okay, so that's all 4 of those done. Now we're on to the very expensive part of this. We need to make a total of... I don't even know how many dash batteries. We need like 3 more of them. We're also going to need 4 more later on, but for now we'll just make 3 of these. So what does that require? It requires... Okay, that's... So the interesting thing about this machine we're making today is that it's actually 2 multi-block machines. You have the plasma heater and the fusion reactor itself. Now, fusion reactors, they work by taking some plasma, which you make in this here plasma heater thing that we're making, and then they basically use magnets to contain this stuff. And well, this thing, the thing we're making today, has some big thing in the center that's spins around and has magnets on it. I don't know how this would work, but I guess this works. Because plasma is electrified gas, basically. It's got, like, magnetic properties, so it can be contained or manipulated using magnets. But that's the basics of it. It's way more complicated. Not even I can comprehend this. Or, well, simplify it down enough to make sense. But if you wanted to see me try to simplify more things, then I don't know, maybe hit the bell icon. That's kind of cool. Then you'll always know when I'm trying to simplify things. This thing already has energy in it, and that is something that's very bad. I need to switch this to only output. And by default, this will stack. Like, if you have this any different, it won't stack, so it's worth keeping that in mind. Where the heck did it go? Yeah, so I vaporized the battery using my pickaxe on Silk Touch mode. This happens to the crates too sometimes. It's a pain, especially when it's an expensive battery like this one. In fact, I think that may have even happened to the other lithium-ion battery. I might have just, like, mined it one day, and it's gone now. Thanks for each one. That would be a pain. I mean, it sets me back on a very expensive resource, which is bismuth, but it doesn't set me back too much. I mean, I can literally just make more of this stuff if I wanted to. Okay, time to make the chipset, which requires a bismuth ingot as well as... Okay, so yeah, this is a very expensive chipset to make. It requires bismuth, asbestos, polymer, or... Well, polymer isn't too bad, so if you've made a lot of polymer, then, I mean, you'll at this point, you'll probably have bakelite. Now, there's one more thing to know about this, which is that we need to actually make a chip from it. Now... Can I do this with the assembly machine? I think I can. Because if I cannot, I will have to make this with the, chip. What is it called? What is this? Yeah, so you're probably wondering, where on earth is my assembly machine? It is right here. And it's got a ton of coal coke in it, which I don't actually need right now. You know, I just realized I can actually repair these inside this thing, right? Holy crap, I have infinite flat stamps. That is amazing. Time to convert our flat stamp into a circuit stamp, because I don't want to go get the other stamps. I have more stamps back at the thing. I think that's what I need to do. I don't know if it is. I don't really know. How do you get the versatile chipset? Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, there we go. We've pressed it. Yes, I thought this thing was actually going to require more tungsten, and I think it does, because I think I need to make blankets for it. And it's not the kind that you use to go to sleep with. Blankets are actually just like a thing you put in it. I don't know how to explain it. But basically, if we don't have a blanket, then the thing is going to just explode. Okay, so we got all of the other stuff done. Time to make the actual thing. I don't know what it's... I forgot what it's called. Okay, wait a second. I have all the exact ingredients. So 6 of those, 10 of those, some of those, some of this, that, and maybe this? Maybe? I don't know. Oh, and this. Oh, there we go. Thank goodness I made all this bakelite. If I hadn't, then we wouldn't be able to make this right now. But thankfully I had the foresight to make that. I could have just not made it. And then we would have not been here. Holy crap. We got the achievement. We got fusion. And there is one other thing that we need to make before we can actually do fusion. You'll notice that we have all the components for the actual fusion reactor. We have like half the stuff for the actual blanket, but we also have to make a plasma heater, which is what I'm working on right now. And that is going to require 4 of these. That is why I was very fortunate to make the bakelite. Hey, there we go, we got everything. Let's go! Now it is time to carry this box of precious ingredients over to the site. So a couple episodes ago I mentioned I was doing renovations over at the reactor, and while it didn't fulfill my goal of using only oil as coolant, I mean, it wasn't actually feasible to do. So I've just got it running medium enriched plutonium right now. And the reason why we want that is because we need energy to actually run this thing. So we will need 2 reactors to run this singular one. And this place is very dangerous. So now, it is time to ask the greatest question ever. How exactly do we make this thing? I don't know. I've never built this before, so this is my first time. So I actually have more than what I need, because we had some of these just lying around and I decided to make extra. I don't know why I decided. I should have just used the ones in the chest, but no. And wow, would you look at that? It's actually made itself into a thingy. Whoa. What? This looks like a gun. This doesn't look like a plasma. Well, okay. So that's actually where the stuff goes in. Then this thing hooks up to the fusion reactor. Okay, so this is what we need to do. Basically, I want this thing over here, and then I want this pink thing to actually go into the orange thing. Because that's how that works. Okay, so there's one last magnet to be placed into position. I just gotta make sure I get rid of all this cobblestone, because honestly, I don't know what would happen if I left it. I don't think it would cause any problems. I just don't want to take any risks. This thing is so expensive to make. Well, it's not really expensive. It's more just time-consuming. Am I missing something? Oh, I'm missing, like... Okay, on every single side I'm missing that. Okay, well, thought it was just one more left. But hey, look, it's a Hadron Collider. Wait, no, that's not a Hadron. What am I saying? This is a fusion reactor. So, it takes, okay, 1 giga HE. It's pretty nice on, energy. This thing takes 10, obviously. There are more things we need to do to get this thing up and running, and we'll do those things next episode. So if you all have enjoyed today's episode, then please consider liking and subscribing. If you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, leave them down below. I'll see you all next time when we get this thing up and running.